Moving on. Moving on. So Trials of Osiris has now been made sort of a round robin of sorts.
For this week.
For this week only, they said, where you get to play on all the 6 maps. Maps included are Black Shield from left to right here. Hopefully you guys can make out the images, but it's Black Shield, Burning Shrine, Pantheon, The Cauldron, Thieves' Den, and Widow's Court. How do you feel about this?
This is a big change.
I think this is how Trials should be all the time. I like that it was on one map initially, but this is exciting. This is going to make you change your strategy every time you're thrown into a new game.
I think it's a nice change of pace. After getting into it this weekend, I'll be able to render a verdict on whether or not I think it should be like that all the time.
Yeah.
But I do think that it is really cool and awesome that they want to set people off their strategy, you know? Like, what's great about Trials is you find your crew and you get into a rhythm. You can kind of just run the same strategy, execute it over and over again. It gets easier and easier. This is going to force you to change it up every single time and go with differing strategies and kind of really play it more by ear, which is cool and dynamic for PvP.
If you look at the heat maps, like, everybody ends up in certain areas all the time, like usually where there's a sniper line, and they just duke it out, especially on the Pantheon, the 2 sniper spots, and then that back channel, you know?
Yeah, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, I think, right? Because
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just interesting to see those heat maps and how people play.
Well, yeah, like part of what makes this so cool is like when you jump into a Trials run and your goal is to go flawless, like you have a general strategy that you tweak based on who you're playing and what happens in the game, but you stick to it most of the time.
Yeah.
This is just going to change. Like, now you're not going to be able to rely on that strategy from one map to the next. It's going to have to change, which is cool because it's going to force you to play more dynamically and a little bit more, I would call it, twitchy.
Yep. Yeah, so I actually think this, it breaks the intention of Trials of Osiris, which is, so like you said, Sean, you refine your team and your strategy, and sure, if you've been playing enough, maybe you've got strategies on these maps that you can just jump in and do it.
That's all I got.
But my point is, like, it breaks the idea that you continue to refine. You got to get to like 9-0 if you want to do it. That's what it's really about. So mixing it up is going to be really interesting. So meaning, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And someone like me, like, I actually don't love the Trials experience. It's mostly about time. I like Trials, but I'm like, man, I got to spend a lot of time in there. I got to have the crew. Friendships are destroyed as well. Like, it's just, and it's a lot of drama.
I played with Fran, and I didn't talk to him for a month. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, like, and so I love it and all, but my point is, for me, this is actually inviting to, like, maybe have a chance to jump in and everybody kind of thrown off. But I do think in the long run, Trials is not really about that. So meaning, I loved this idea when I hadn't played it at all before it came out. Now that I have played it, I'm like, I don't know that this would work on a weekly basis, until you've memorized every map and your same crew is joining. Otherwise, you have no chance to refine, and then you're just going to be all over the place, which, again, I think will be a lot of fun. But I do think it kind of ruins the idea of how you're going to get consistently to 8-0 or whatever.
I went 9-0 with all my characters once, and then it's like, do you want to play again? I'm like, no, it's too stressful. So it's too stressful.
So that's the upside. It suddenly becomes like this middle ground of the high intensity, but also there's that randomness.
It's for high-level players. I actually got in an argument with some guy on Twitter who thinks that anybody who's played Trials and gone 9-0 should not be put back in the general pool.
Why?
Because they're too good. I totally disagree. I think that is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
and it's
nonsense.
just like,
you'll never get better either.
You get paired up based on your skill level.
Content for being good.
Yeah.
Well, they should be put in a separate pool where all the Trials players go. No. That was his theory. I thought he was crazy. I'm like, you're nuts. Like, that is a terrible solution.
And so, by the way, just to clarify that completely, the irony is I will be way more enticed to play this version of Trials.
Yeah.
So, meaning for what it was designed for, I feel like this isn't it. But for me, I totally want to play the random maps.
I've heard Trials has gotten a little bit more laid back. Like, not as intense. Because that first week, everybody wanted to be 9-0.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Still not an easy thing to accomplish. Like, most of the time, I won't do it on my first try. I do flawless every week on both my characters, and
well, la-ti-da.
Well, it's just like I still don't have my messenger. Like, that's the reason.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
I got 2 of those.
Yeah,
like I have the first week.
I got Jewel of Osiris like 4 times in a row, and I'm like,
which one's messenger?
It's the pulse rifle.
Oh yeah.
It's like very, very strong in PvP.
Okay.
Like I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Is in my experience, I fight against Thorn. I fight against Last Word, and I fight against the Messenger. Those 3 more than any other gun, especially in Trials.
All that's going to change.
Yeah.
I said that
Yeah,
weird.
When
but
they tune everything. Yep.
but I think like I don't know if it's gotten more laid back. I think people have gotten a little bit more accustomed to the pace of it. And this is what's really cool is that it's going to adjust the pace. Like you're going to go in with a strategy, you're going to execute on that strategy, and that next match you're not going to be able to use that same strategy again. Or you'll I guess you could random the same map again, right? Like it's not necessarily guaranteed that you can random it. It's a pool of maps now. But it's going to force you to play more dynamically and a little bit more off the cuff.
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Thumbs up or thumbs down, John?
Thumbs up on this, but I'm not going to say that this is the way it should be going forward yet.
I'm thumbs up. I love this. I might play this weekend.
Yeah.
Might try it out. Fran, you?
I think it's smart that they do this every once in a while, but I think, again, for what Trials is supposed to be, you probably want to keep it the same.
That is a non-answer.
Let's
Thumbs
get
up or
you-
thumbs
Meaning
down?
every once in a while it's okay, but keep it one map.
We're using the grading scale of thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah, this week, thumbs up.
All right, there we go.
Let's get you flawless on Xbox Destiny.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's all we have time for this week. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm glad you're still coming to the podcast every week. Fran, sell them some
the
stuff.
show, sell them. That's right. I'm like I always have like the taglines and stuff. Anyway, as always, if you're listening, as the podcast, head to iTunes, give us a review. Otherwise, be sure to catch us on the Xbox app, our PS4 app, our YouTube channel, and otherwise, always on IGN. And then
Go.ign.com/store.
that's right. Oh yeah, the T-shirts. I'm wearing Taking King T-shirt today.
Yeah, you can get that on Bungie.net.
Which you got that at E3, right?
Yeah, I got it.
I missed
I don't
out
think
on
they
that.
sell that one.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
that they sell this one.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, too bad for you. But we do have Fireteam Chat T-shirts as well. And yeah, it's just go.ign.com/store. We've seen some people rocking the shirts on Twitter and otherwise. So thank you guys so much for supporting us on the show. And I like the look of the T-shirts. They're great.
Got anything to plug,
too.
Sean?
Follow me
Twitter.
on Twitter at I'm Finnegan. Add me up on Xbox Live, Finnegan space II. I run Trials a lot, and I'm always looking for new people who are interested in playing at a high level to come play with me. And let's run some Crucible and Raid and all that stuff. I play a lot of Destiny, so add me up.
Fran, you want to plug your tag?
Yeah, just find me at Fran Mirabella on Twitter, and we'll make the rest happen from there.
At Destin Legary. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this week. I hope you liked the episode. And until next time, Guardians out. Nailed it. Yeah.
I did it.